Okay, so the first product that I'm going to talk about is our eye primer. Okay, so this little baby lasts forever, and it really just takes a tiny bit. In fact, every morning before I use it, I make sure that I use our micellar water, and I take a little cloth and I just really clean out from this area because I do my eye cream at night. I've got that up there, and I go ahead and just clean out around it so that I know that I'm starting with just clean skin. And what I want to show you right now is how this product really picks up the pigment in all of our eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm going to take, let's do this color right here. I think it might be espresso. And I'm going to do it right here on the back of my hand. Okay, so take a look at that. Our pigment's really, really amazing. There's never any fallout. If you've ever used any other brand and it's like barely you could get it to even show up, Mary Kay's pigment is amazing, and it's our patent formula called Chroma Fusion. Okay, so I put our eye primer right there. I'm going to let it dry for just a second. I'm going to take just get a little bit more on my brush, okay, and watch how, let's make sure it's dry. I want you to watch how the pigment gets even better. Look at that. Look how good that is. It just goes on so smooth. And it just, there you go. And you can see just the depth of it. Now, I've already got some product on that, and then it stays on. Hang on, let's go ahead and get, there you go. And so that's our eye primer. We've nicknamed it over the years eyeshadow glue. And it's because it keeps everything in place. You don't get any creasing. Like I said, it picks up the pigment. I love this, and it lasts forever. So when you're working with your glamour appointments, this is definitely something that we always show. All right, so let's move on to under eye corrector. So we have a really great before and after. If you go to our boards app and you go to the before and after section, you'll see this little bad boy right here. And there's a great model. I believe Trinity did the before and afters of this model on one eye versus the other. So the secret to under eye corrector is it's not a concealer. It actually covers up dark circles. Okay, so dark circles on a Caucasian woman is usually black, purple, or blue. Okay, and on the art wheel, opposite colors contrast. So blue and black and purple, the opposite color is peach and orange. And so this highlighting pigment has a peach undertone. So I'm going to put it on one of my blue veins. On one of my blue veins. Let's see if you can see my blue vein right there. Like right here. This may not work, but you can see how it covers up. And see if you can see that. Let's do it like this. Maybe that will work. Okay. Look how it covers up that blue vein. And it does, it's like the magic eraser under the eyes. And it doesn't get in your pigment. Look how smooth and creamy that is. And look how well it covered it up. So this is under eye corrector. So if you've got customers that have dark circles, everybody wants to buy a tube of this. And you always show it at your glamour appointment. So like before you go to do your foundation, you put it on. And then I'm going to ask Marianne because I can't remember. Because Marianne, we don't do we do under eye corrector and then concealer, or you just do one or the other, right?
They have overlapping properties. And so if you are trying to cover under eye circles, that the peach does help to cover the dark circles, but then it has those light reflecting pigments that helps to lift shadows. If you have other areas of the face that need covering, whether it be acne scars, hyperpigmentation, redness, then after you put on your foundation, then you can put that concealer on as like a last resort. That's why the concealer tube is smaller, is because it's supposed to be used minimally, not on the entire face.
Right.
Did that answer your question?
So this is, yes, so this is concealer, and they both have just a really creamy finish. so that you don't get a lot of crepiness. We're going to talk about crepiness in just a second. This is very light. And it just took a little bit. I used way too much. So it's just like Marianne said, it's a smaller tube. Actually, it's the same size, but it takes less, because see how far it goes, okay? And then we'll let that sit there for a second. So under eye corrector is different than concealer. And so your customers might need to do both, all right? And now you know how to do that. But when you are doing, when you're doing your under eye corrector, there's no such thing as a half moon. So if you've got dark circles here, you've probably got some dark circles here, and it's okay to put a little bit on your lid to kind of offset that blue, black, purple thing going on. And so, you know, cover that whole area. So the whole moon is what they makeup artists say. One thing, Caucasian women, our dark circles are blue and black and purple. And so if you have an ebony colored skin tone woman, and she wants to brighten up the area around her eyes, concealer is going to be one of her shades. And you want to go a shade lighter than their foundation so that you can lighten and brighten. But under eye corrector is not, it's two different colors. And so remember, it's all about the art wheel, and the opposite colors contrast. All right, so we can answer some questions about that. If you've got questions, just make a little note. Let's talk about our eye creams. So we have 3 eye creams currently and on the market. Prior to, this is our firming eye cream, and it's been around for a very long time. It was our go-to eye cream for a very long time. It was the firming eye cream from the Time Wise. Now, and then the birth of Voluform came about, and we had the Voluform eye cream, and it's got the Zamac tip. Zamac stands for zinc, aluminum, magnesium, and copper. And that tip, use the flat part to stipple it onto the product on versus your finger. And then you roll it around and you roll that product in with the round tip. Now, Zamac, a Zamac tip is the same thing that boxers use in the ring when their eyes get too puffy and it's going to close and they have to get the swelling down. And so this is another tool to help you with that puffiness. Just a second. To help you with that puffiness. So you're probably thinking, well, which one do I use? I've got the Time Wise 3D eye cream, and then there's the firming eye cream, and then there's the Voluform eye cream. Well, here's a little way to remember. So this would be your, this is now your training bra, okay? This is now your support bra, and this is your miracle bra. This bad boy is 10 times more powerful than all of those others. Okay, so if you're brand new and you start to inherit customers, I think I said this to Brooke the other day. I helped her with one of her aunt's orders that lives in Chicago, and she ordered the Voluform lifting, but I think the firming eye cream. And I told her, I'm like, we're going to have to get her on the Voluform eye cream because this is old school. It's really good. And you're thinking, well, what do you use that for? Well, certain people have certain eye sensitivities or skin sensitivities. And if they, for whatever reason, can't use this, you go to this. This is the next best thing. And it's been around forever and it worked. It was amazing. And it's really, really good. But this has a lot more powerful things in it now. And like I said, it's 10 times more powerful. And then you've got the Zamac tip. And then you've got this is the newer one. This is the new kid on the block, but it's not made to be that powerful because your Voluform kit is made for those customers who have already started to experience the advanced signs of aging and just need a more powerful eye cream. I'll tell you, my aunt is a smoker. And there's, I guess, some of the botanicals and flowers and natural things that are in the Voluform. It makes her, even though she's got dry skin, she's a smoker, so it's all dehydrated. She is allergic to lavender and purple flowers. And actually, I'm now allergic to lavender, and my niece is allergic to lavender. So it's like a family thing. So far, I am not allergic to this. I will flip out. But it's a family thing, and she can't have anything that's got any kind of flowers in it, or isn't that funny? So But yeah, so this is what this is for. So these are the 3 eye creams. And you always want to have the knowledge of what your customer is going to need, all right? Let's talk about brows, okay? So when you're doing your glamour appointment, you want to show our amazing brow products. And there's that, if you go on my boards, there's a whole a brow training thing. It's like you can flip through and there's all kinds of stuff. And I can't remember, I think it's under color, glamour, stuff like that. I love our brow pencil, okay? I also love our brow tint. So our brow tint has this cute, let me put this, because you guys, we'll talk about this in a second. Our pencils are mechanical and they roll up, but they don't roll back down. So you only roll up what you need, okay? When you use a pencil, mechanical pencil, it's made to get that thin line, okay? And if you don't want full, luscious brows, you use a mechanical pencil and you just do your little tiny strokes, okay? And the way that you know where your arch should be is you're gonna go like this, and it's the corner of your nose, and right there is where your arch should end, okay? And then the way you know where your arch should peak, same thing, and you go across the iris, okay? And that's where your arch should peak. That's where my arch is peaking, okay? And then to make sure you don't go too far over and get them too bushy, so you have a unibrow, you do this, and you clean up all this stuff right in here, okay? And that's how you know that you have your brows arched perfectly for your eye shape and your face. So the mechanical pencil is for a thinner stroke, okay, and thinner brows. The brow tint, which has this great little brush on there, it's going to give you thicker, fuller brows. And it comes in 4 tints. It comes in blonde, dark blonde, brunette, and dark brunette. And so when you're building your demo bag, this is my demo bag. It looks like my skincare bag, but it's got all my glamour stuff. Every powder we have, every CC cream, every brow tint, my tools, all kinds of glamour tools. We're going to talk about the creamy eyeshadows in just a second. I need to get that out. I forgot to get that out. And so all of those things, you're going to build a separate demo bag for your glamour, because that way you keep it separate. Because when you're going to go do a glamour appointment with a customer that already has your skincare, you want everything. You won't need to take everything. And so back to the eyes. And so when we do a lot of glamour appointments, most women do not want to come to the table saying, I want smoky eyes. They don't. Smoky eyes is a very, it kind of, at first it was really popular. Everybody wore it all day long. It was way too much to me. Nighttime is very forgiving. Let's just say that. And so the smoky eye all day long look, I think, has gone away. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. I don't know. But most people want a fun, quick, easy, dash out the door look. And we have 4 colors that come in this liquid eyeshadow. And I sell so many of these. It comes in Light Beam, Pink Stardust, Meteor, and Purple Nova. And we show them all. We go around the table. We let everybody pick one, and you just put it on your lid. You just rub it in with your finger, do your mascara, do your brows, do some gloss, do a little bit of cheeks, and go. Like literally seconds. And everybody loves that. Main thing when you're doing a glamour appointment, you got to get their foundation right. You got to get their powder right. Get them a mascara they love. Get them an eye makeup remover. We're going to talk about that. And send them on their way, because that's what they want. That's what they're going to use every day. And that's what they're going to reorder. So what this is doing, you get them on the skincare, get them on the supplements, get them matched for their foundation, and they're with you for life. They are your lifelong customers if you get them on those things, okay? Those 3 things: skincare, supplements, foundation, mascara, eye makeup. Well, I just named, but they're glamour. You get it. They're everyday glamour. And then you've got that reorder business where they're going to be calling you probably every 3rd month, because everything runs out in intervals. All right, so now we're going to talk we're going to talk a little bit of mascara. So we have Lash Intensity, we have Lash Love, we have Fanorama, we have Ultimate, we have Waterproof, and we have Lash Love Lengthening. I'm going to say this while I have everybody's attention. 2 things you need to know. Lash Love Lengthening is a horrible mascara for those of us who need mascara, okay? It is not for us blondes. It's not for those of us who have sparse lashes. It is for those women probably of an Italian descent that already have lashes. It gives them just a little bit. So don't be misled by the word lengthening. I wish they would take that off. So I only stock 2 tubes of that because I have 2 customers that buy it. I don't know why they buy it. They buy it and then they put Lash Love or Ultimate on top of it. I'm like, you don't even need that. But anyway, whatever. I am not a fan of the Lash Love Lengthening. I know now what the purpose of it's for because I actually asked, and that's what I was told. Now, second thing, waterproof. Waterproof, to me, in my opinion, should not be worn every day. It's too hard on your eyes, on your lashes, and it doesn't give you good lashes either. It's just there because if you're going to be at the lake, to me, lake or the beach, that's the only time I use, or if I'm going to go to a wedding or a funeral, God forbid, or whatever, that is the only time that I use waterproof. And then this is what I do. I use my regular mascara that I love. I put it on and then I take the waterproof and I go over it. It's kind of like a form of minking, okay? And I go over it to kind of seal it in, but yet I still had my big lashes because the waterproof will not give me those big lashes, okay? So that's my 2 things about our mascara. I love all of our mascaras, but lash lengthening, I am not a fan of. And then waterproof, it's waterproof. It is what it is. I'm glad we have it. Okay. So what about Black Brown? Black Brown mascara. We have it in Ultimate. Makeup artists have told me through all the 21 years that I've sat under different makeup artists, they will tell you the Black Brown mascara is only for a true redhead that has freckles. That's the only person that should be wearing brown mascara. Everybody else is okay wearing black mascara, okay? And then you guys know our Lash Intensity is a dual impact wand, and it is the vavoom of mascaras. It took us 5 years to make this. There's no fibers. You know, I'm just going to say this. I know that there was a brand X out there that had fibers in it and everybody was going crazy. They are losing their patent because the fibers are falling off and cutting people's cornea. So thank God that Mary Kay did not get on that bandwagon. And you have to know, if you're brand new, you need to know this. If Mary Kay doesn't launch something first, it's because it's not safe. We have the deepest pockets in the industry. We have more money than everybody. Most companies piggyback market off us because they know we do 500,000 tests every single year alone on the products, wherever goes into the ingredients, wherever goes into the product. We do all the testing. Nobody else tests like we do. And so if we're not first to the party, you can step back and be leery of anything that's launching that we didn't launch. Fiber Lashes is one. We were not the first to launch mineral powder either because we were still testing it. And now we've done away with our mineral powder because of talc. And so that's why we have a new silky setting powder that is a plant base, okay? And so it's completely safe. So back to mascara. So this Lash Intensity mascara is going to give fuller lashes, fuller than any of the other mascaras. I love Ultimate. I love Lash Love. I love Fanorama. We're going to talk about Lash Love and Fanorama. Marianne, don't let me forget the 2. But let's get back to the Lash Intensity, okay? It is a dual impact wand. So what you do is you have to make sure you teach your customers how to use this. The short bristles are made for coating, so that you have the fullness, okay? Coat with the short, and then you roll it around and you stroke with the long bristles for your length, because it will give you 84% longer lashes, 200% thicker lashes. It works, okay? It is crazy, crazy amazing. Now, I do tell older women, because I'm that older woman and I experience this. I do get a little bit of, my eyes water just from age. It's something that happens. I don't know why. And so if I'm going to wear this, I'm going to take my waterproof and go over it a little bit. Okay. It started, Ultimate was my next go-to, but that started running a little bit on me just in my last couple of years. And then because my skin is changing and my sensitivities to things is changing, it happens. I love Ultimate, and then I love Lash Love. So if you do have an older woman who tells you my eyes water, you want to try Lash Love or Fanorama. Those two are the exact same formula. They're just different ones. Okay. And so it's a preference. So like right now, I just pulled off my shelf Lash Love, and because I just finished a Fanorama, and whatever I'm using, I'm loving. I go back and forth. I love them both equally. And to me, I think the Lash Love gives you more longer separated. And then the Fanorama gives me more of a fuller fullness, but I love them both. And so, and like I said, they're the exact same formula, doesn't run. So keep that in mind as you start building your customers, or you have a customer base and you've got, you know, a diversity with ages. Those are some of the things that we deal with as we get older. Another thing, when you've got women that ask you, I don't wear mascara or eyeliner because it all runs. You always need to assume that they're using something with an oil base to take their makeup off with. And usually that's the case. And so if she's like, oh, I don't wear mascara anymore because it runs. Well, ask her, say, what are you using to take your makeup off with? Believe it or not, a lot of people still use baby oil and Vaseline. Guess what that base is? Oil. Guess what's going to happen? By the next morning, whatever they put on, it's going to run off. And that's the problem. It's an oil base. And so when you sell a mascara, my nail color streak came off on here and it's stuck on here. I can't get it off. So when you sell a mascara, you always say, now, have you heard about our famous eye makeup remover? It was featured on Good Morning America many, many years ago. They tested it with every eye makeup remover on the market. Look how it separates, but there's absolutely no oil. It's a silicone base, and it's like water. Leaves no oily residues. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off, and look how it took that off. Okay, and this will take off anything, waterproof, everything. Sharpie. It is amazing. I love this. So you want to make sure that your customers take home a mascara and they have this to go with it. Okay. Why? Because this right here is the thinnest layer of skin on your whole entire body. And if they're pulling and tugging day after day, they're breaking apart capillaries, dark circles are going to appear, fine lines and wrinkles. This is going to gently remove their eye makeup. So when it was featured on Good Morning America, they tested it with every eye makeup remover on the market. They had a test panel and it won hands down. It is the best. Like, we have a patent on this. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm getting all my stuff mixed up here. Let's talk about eyeliners. Okay, so we have the mechanical eyeliners. I love. It's fade proof, smudge proof. Okay, so let's see if we can get that right here. And hopefully it's not where I put my eye makeup. Okay, so you can see that's got a little bit of eye makeup remover. My hands were wet, but it does stay on. But we also have this waterproof black liner. It's like a little Sharpie. I love that too. I'm going to try to put this someplace where I didn't have. Look how great that is right here. How fine. Look at that fine tip. Okay. And so this is waterproof. Make sure I have anything on my hand. See, look at there. That stays on so good. Okay. I'm rubbing. No smearing, but you can see this smears a little bit, but it's fade proof, smudge proof. It doesn't say it's waterproof. Now watch what happens. I think I have my eye makeup remover. This is how good this eye makeup remover is. I'm just going to take a tiny bit and look. Oh, You guys can see this. Look at there. I didn't have to pull and tug, but you guys saw how good it stayed on. This is amazing. So if you're not familiar with eye makeup remover, you definitely want to show that at your glamour appointments. Okay. Now, a few more minutes. Let's talk about our newer eye products. Okay. So our eye products, the instant puffiness, the soothing eye gel, and the puffy eyes. So you guys hear me all the time at our virtual parties talk about the hydrogel patches and the instant puffiness. Okay, so these are the new kids on the block. I love these. I love these. So this is older. It's a soothing eye gel. It's a cucumber base, and it does work, but not as good as the new stuff does. And so, you know, we have research and development center, a new research and development center for a reason, and they're cranking out home run after home run. And so if you've got a customer that's using this for her puffy eyes, you got to show her this. I mean, this is the eye patches. And there's a slew of great and wonderful things in here. Coconut water, carrot juice, broccoli juice. Oh my gosh, we looked up the ingredients today and we were like, oh my gosh, look at all these great fruits. Things that are known for hydration. So that's going to over time smooth out the crepiness. Now, and then the puffiness, all that is wonderful. But what happens when you want to use this every morning? Because this instantly takes down the puffiness and it smooths away those crepey lines. And it's gone for 6 hours. So what I've started doing, because I love them both, I do this more at night. Okay, so to me, this is fixing the problem, and this is the Band-Aid. Okay, so put this on at night 2 times a week or more and get that hydration back, because all this is coming from hormones and aging, where that fat pad is being depleted, your natural moisture barrier, the hyaluronic acid. And so use your Band-Aid to pump some hydration back in, and then you get up in the morning and put your Band-Aid on it. So this is the quick fix. I don't mean to say Band-Aid. This is the Band-Aid, and this is the quick fix, okay? No, quick fix, Band-Aid. This is gonna fix the problem. There you go. Sorry about that. So I love, love, love these things. So if you've got customers using the soothing eye gel, I'm sorry, but these are just so dramatic. Like, I love these. And so I'm going with the new kids on the block, okay? All right, any questions? Let's see if we've got some questions. Marianne, did I cover a lot of good eye products? Did I miss anything?
Oh gosh, I didn't think of anything that you left off. So that's awesome. Maybe just the gel eyeliner, but I can speak on that.
Oh, yeah.
So I really do love our gel eyeliner because of the brush that comes with it. You can do a very narrow, fine line, and it gives you a lot of control right there close to the lashes, or if you're doing like a winged look. But you can also turn the brush and make a very thick, bold line really fast, and it's very, very smooth. It has a lot of pigment. It is very opaque. And so if you need a quick, fast, thick line without having to like color over and over, that is the way to go for that one. Your waterproof eyeliner, you want to store it upside down. So it's kind of like a marker filling with ink. You want to keep it upside down so that way it's always ready to go. And then let's see, I like to use, because I do have some lashes that when I use the Lash Intensity mascara, that right here, whenever it touches, especially if I'm wearing under eye corrector, I like to dust those lashes with translucent powder. I don't use the waterproof very often ever. I just dust it with translucent powder, and it creates the same staying effect. So anything that's creamy, you put powder on it, and it stays. It's almost like it creates a concrete, if you can imagine that. So that's why with our foundation, we set it with a powder. If I want my lipsticks to stay longer, I put the translucent powder on it. I want my mascaras to be like extra, extra stay. If I know I'm gonna be crying, I put the translucent powder on it. You need some dry shampoo, put your translucent powder in there. It soaks up creamy stuff, okay? Let's see. Good questions. Yolanda asked, do you put the under eye corrector on top or before or after the primer? And she said after the primer. It's correct. Good job. Primer always goes first. And then with the under eye patches, especially as we're getting older, the thing is, it's like you lay down and then like your lymphatic system, all that stuff gets stored in there. And that's why we lots of times we wake up with puffiness under our eyes, and then it has time to drain throughout the day. But with that constant filling with fluid, decreasing, filling with fluid, decreasing, that causes this area to stretch so much faster. And so that's why it's really important to keep that area hydrated, because if it's hydrated, it's like a sponge, it's saturated and it doesn't fill up with as much fluid. And so that's why I love, you're using those at night. So that really helps to get them hydrated in the first place. So it's kind of like the fluid that tries to creep up there. It's like, oh no, we're good. Let's go somewhere else. And then you don't have as much puffiness in the morning. And it's a great preventative thing. So those were my little things.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So I'm going to stop the recording and